Hello everyone, and welcome back to Unbound Learners Pre-K. I hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. Are you ready to get started with our good morning song? Let's make our arms into a big circle out in front like this. Now raise the circle up, up, up over your head and give a little stretch from one side. Stretch over to the other side. Bring the circle back to the top and right back down in front of you. And now it's time to sing together. If you know the words, sing along with me. It goes like this. Good morning, dear earth. Good morning, dear sun. Good morning, dear rocks and flowers everyone. Good morning, dear beast and birds in the trees. Good morning to you and good morning to me. Good morning, everybody, and let's get started with circle time. Now, the first thing that we do is begin with the date. And when we say the date, we start off with the month. The month is right up here. Do you know what the month is? March! That's right. The month is March. And today is March 10th. So let's move the chip over from yesterday. Yesterday was March 9th, and today is March 10th. And right up here we have the year. Do you know what the year is? 2021. You're right. So let's say the date one more time, all together. Are you ready? Today is March 10th, 2021. Now it's time to count all the days that we've had so far in the month of March. So let's see those counting fingers and stretch and warm them up. And let's count. We'll start at the number 1 up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have had 10 days so far in the month of March. Now I need to see your fingers again, but this time it's because we're going to sing the Days of the Week song. How many fingers do we need for this song? Let's start with one hand. One hand only has 5 fingers, and we need 2 more fingers like this to make 7, because we have 7 days in our week. If you know the words, will you sing with me? Here we go. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's travel down, down, down to the bottom of the chart. Right here. Do you remember what the day was yesterday? I'll give you a clue and you can say it with me if you know. Yesterday was Tuesday. That's right. Yesterday was Tuesday. So that means that today is Wednesday. You're right. Today is Wednesday. And if today is Wednesday, that means that tomorrow will be Thursday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. But let's go back to today. Will you sing Today is Wednesday with me? It goes like this. Today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday all day long. Today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday, today is Wednesday all day long. Okay, friends, let's travel back up to the top of the chart. Right up here, we have the season. Do you know what the season is? Winter. You're right. It's winter time, but not for much longer. In a couple of weeks, we will say goodbye to the winter time. And do you know what season will come next? Spring. You're right. Soon it will be springtime. And in the springtime at my house, the weather is nicer, the temperature is warmer, and the plants and animals start to come back. But before we talk more about the weather, let's sing the weather song together. If you know the words, sing along with me. What's the weather? What's the weather? Can you tell? Can you tell? Is the sun shining? Is the rain falling? Can you tell? Can you tell? Oh my goodness, friends, it is a beautiful day where I live, take a look at my weather chart down here. Do you see this picture? It's a beautiful sun. When I look outside my window, the sun is shining and the sky is blue. And look at my temperature chart. It's on light blue. Today is much, much warmer. It's still not warm. The temperature chart is still on light blue. It's cool where I live. But later today, the temperature is supposed to go up even more. So maybe later this afternoon, I'll be able to move the chart over to orange. It may be warm today. That's so exciting. A bright yellow sun and warmer temperatures definitely means that spring is on the way. What's the weather like where you live, friends? Do you feel springtime coming? Go ahead and look out your window and let me know what you see. Thanks for sharing the weather with me. Now let's move on to the letter and the number of the week. So this week, we've been talking about this letter. Let's make the sound together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. J, J. This letter says J, J. And do you know what letter this is? J, that's right. This is a lowercase j, and J says J, J. Now it's time to guess what's inside of the number and letter box today. I'm not going to open up because it's almost too big to fit, and I don't want you to see what's poking out. So listen carefully for your first clue. This is something that starts with the letter J, J. This is an article of clothing, and you put it on the bottom half of your body, specifically your legs. Now, sometimes when you wear this, it may feel a little bit stiff. Usually, this is a dark blue color. Do you have a guess? What could it be? Let's take a look. Do you see what I have, friends? These are called jeans. Jeans start with the letter J, J, and you wear jeans on your legs. Do you see this dark blue color? And the material is a little bit stiff. Jeans start with the letter J, J, J. Now we also have a new number to talk about. This week, we've been learning about this double-digit number. Do you remember what number this is? 14. That's right, friends. This is the number 14. And when you write the number 14, you write 2 numbers. What's the first number that you write? 1. That's right. And the second number that you write is this number. What number is this? 4. So when you write 14, you write the numbers 1, 4. Now it's time to count 14 tally marks together. As I draw the tally marks on the bottom of the chalkboard, you can count them with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes across, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 goes across, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 tally marks. Now I wonder what I'll find inside of the number box to count. Let's take a look. I have all of these rocks in my hand, and these small rocks are called pebbles. I'll give you a closer look. This is called a pebble, and as I count them, I'll line them up across the top of the box so we can count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pebbles. Now let's see if I can spot the largest pebble in the group? This is a close one. It looks like it's a tie between these two pebbles. But if I look very closely, it looks like this pebble is the largest pebble. And I wonder if I can find the smallest pebble in the group. Right at the beginning, here's the smallest pebble. So we have the largest pebble in the group and the smallest pebble in the group. They're opposite. So now that we finished the number and the letter of the week, it's time to move on to the sign of the week. And this week, we learned how to say family in sign language. Let's practice saying family together in sign language. Watch my hands and we'll do it together. One more time. Family. Let's continue our discussion on homes and habitats. Now, a very important part of your habitat is the place where you do work or you learn and play. Do you have a special spot or a special room in your home where you learn and play and do work? For me, that special spot is my kitchen because I love to cook in my kitchen, and in my kitchen, I also like to do experiments with my kids. Let me show you the latest experiment that we did in the kitchen together. For this experiment, I have a big jar of water. I also have a cup, and it's filled about a quarter of the way with olive oil. Now, the first thing that we did was to take some food coloring. So I have some blue food coloring, and I'm just going to open up the top and drop a couple of drops into the oil. I'm also going to add some green food coloring and drop it into the olive oil. The next step is to use this tool. Do you remember what kitchen tool this is called? A whisk. You're right. I use my whisk and I'm going to mix the food coloring into the olive oil like this. Mix it up. Tap, 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 tap. And the next step is to pour the olive oil and the food coloring into the big jar of water. Wow. Look at this, friends. Do you notice how the olive oil is staying at the top of the jar of water? And if you look very closely, you can see that some of the food coloring droplets are starting to drop down from the top to the bottom. Look at this. This experiment is called fireworks in a jar. Look at all of the green and blue food coloring coming down from the top of the oil, down, down, down into the water. This is beautiful to watch. It's so colorful and peaceful. I hope you enjoyed watching that experiment. Do you like to do science experiments? Where do you do your science experiments? For today's work, I have a very creative activity, and you're going to get to do it and work on it right in your own play or workspace. Are you ready to see what it is? Come on, let's go. For today's work, you will need a piece of paper, a cube. I just used a wooden block like this. You will need some foam stickers and an ink pad. Now, if you don't have a block similar to this, instead you can use plastic bottle caps or small flat rocks, and you can press the foam stickers on those instead for the base of the stamp. So as you can see, I have letter stickers, and these stickers are made from foam. Do you recognize any of the letters that I have here, friends? What about this letter? S, S, S. And what about this letter? N. N. Now these are all uppercase letters. But right here, I need to add one more stamp. So I think I'm going to add this letter. This letter says D. D. And this is the letter D. This is an uppercase D. So on the back of the sticker is a piece of paper wrapper. And if you use your fingernails and pinch the top, you can peel off the back, just like this. And this part is sticky. The sticky part goes down. And press it on just to make sure it's secure. And when I turn my stamp block around, I can see that there are letters on all sides. The second step is to take your ink pad and you're going to choose a side to start on. I'm going to start with the letter T, and I'm going to press into the stamp pad. Make sure that I get lots of ink on it, and then press it down to the paper. And look at this, friends. I stamped the letter T. Let's try another letter. How about the letter K? Press into the stamp pad. And when you have enough ink on it, you're going to press it down onto the paper and lift it up. And there's the letter K. So if you are missing some of the materials needed to make stamps, or if you don't have an ink pad, there are definitely some modifications that can be done. Instead of using an ink pad, you can use some Play-Doh, and you can take your foam sticker stamp and make prints on the Play-Doh just like this. And if you don't have the materials to make the stamp, instead you can always stick with Play-Doh and some blocks. These blocks are Legos and they have different imprints in them, so when I press them down, they make different stamps and prints, just like that. So again, friends, if you don't have the materials to make the stamps, or if you don't have an ink pad, you can simply use some blocks and Play-Doh. Let's get back to circle time. Welcome back, friends. The great thing about today's work is that it can be done with stamps or with Play-Doh, whatever you decide to do. Thanks for learning with me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and find me on OutSchool for my live and interactive classes. You can also support my channel by checking out my Patreon page and gain access to bonus features for your child. Before we go, we have one last song to sing. Can everybody wave goodbye like this? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. I'm going to go outside and enjoy the sunshine. See you tomorrow.